So I want to make sure that I'm audible, guys. So can you just drop down in the chat so that I make sure that I'm audible? Am I audible, guys? All right. On Instagram, am I audible? Just want to make sure that I'm audible. And Alex, just one thing. Am I audible on IG? Am I audible? Because I want to make sure that I'm audible on IG as well. Okay. Yep, perfect. So guys, let's start with the analysis for the week. Let's start with DXY firstly, breaking down it from the the weekly time frame. So first of all, based on the weekly time frame, we have to analyze a DXY just because it just gives us a clearer idea of what's happening with overall like the dollar strength and stuff. So I'm taking a look at the weekly time frame on this DXY. So what I see actually is it kind of rejected some level over here. If you focus on this portion, okay, if you focus on this whole area, it was kind of a gap, and their price went again, formed a kind of a double top formation and rejected. So now what's happening is most likely seems that we have most likely rejected that level, and that was kind of a rejection there also in the left. As I spoke, there was a gap, so most likely we have rejected it. So now I want to make sure that I know where exactly it's heading, and I'll find my key levels. So I see something happening on 97.44 level, so I'll just make it very clear that it's 99.50 level, so that it's kind of a round number and easy to remember. So I have this level marked out on my charts, which is 97.50 level. This level is 97.50 level, so I'll just zone that level so that I don't I'm not kind of subjective, because the levels are not kind of a single line or a number. It's an area. So I want to make sure that uh, I want to make sure that everything's clean. Hello everyone. So I'll just go on the daily time frame. So here I am. um, Let this thing load. All right, so the daily time frame. So we take a look at this time frame. Seems that we kind of rejected that level and then came back from the higher low, sorry, lower high over here. Okay, this level was a high, a low, a lower high, and this is a lower low now. So seems that we have shifted the structurally impulsive momentum, and then we are just kind of coming down. So this level to me holds a lot of weight. So I'll be watching at this level and how it reacts. So I'm kind of like taking a look at this. So my expectation for DXY is it's still coming down at least till some levels over here, as we saw a 97.50 level. So that's my key level there. All right. So that's like my anticipation, guys, that most likely it's coming down till there. So as I know that my bias for the dollar is weak, okay, I'm expecting that most likely dollar, if it breaks this minor level of a minor level of support over there, so we are just kind of like coming down. So that's my expectation on dollar for the next week. So this is what I expect on dollar index basically. So as I know what I'm looking out for dollar, so I'll just kind of correlate this with the majors. So firstly, I'll just take a look at the EU Euro USD and try to analyze it from maybe the monthly time frame or else the weekly time frame. So let this thing load. All right, so I'll just kind of like take a look at from the weekly time frame. So weekly, by the way, I have marked this level that let me show. It was based on the monthly, I guess. So let's take a look at the monthly for now. This ain't loading. All right. Hello, Sumer. Hello. I'm here. So, yep. All right. So there we have that monthly trend line on EU. Okay, as you can see, EU has this monthly trend line and it has the second touch as well, but we don't know that whether it had the third touch as well or not. But it has approached like a kind of a strong level at the left, but what I'm looking out for is this level, okay, which is like the trend line and stuff, where we have some rejections at the past as well. So that's what I'm looking at. So right now, what I'll do is I'll just come on the weekly time frame. So I know that there is still some room to the downside, but we don't know because this is not a confirmed trend line yet. So I'll just come on the weekly time frame just to make sure that what I'm expecting is kind of correct based on the higher time frame. So now I'm on the weekly time frame over here, and then what I see is also based on the weekly time frame, I have a kind of like a gap over here. So if you take a closer look, so as DXY had the gap, okay, and had rejected, the same thing happened over here, okay. So it's kind of the same story which is it is telling us. So as I know that this monthly trend line is still there, so I don't want like I don't want to expect that it is like going up and up and up. So we still remember, we still need to take a note of the structure and where price exactly is at. So it is still having some room to the downside, but isn't confirmed. And if that trend line gets reached, okay, price reaches that trend line, then also we most likely are filling the gap. If you see, so the gap level is on the broker, which is FXCM on trading view. It's something like 1.0716 level. So I'm taking into consideration of that level as well. So I'll just come on the daily time frame now so that I just make it very clear, so what my expectation is for the further week ahead. So daily time frame, I'll just draw some trend lines just to take a note of the overall structure and expect something out of it. So if I take a look, I see that there is something over here which has happened and got the third touch to that descending trend line, which is acting as a support there. Also, one more thing I would like to show is, if I draw this trend line, we still have some room maybe to the upside. So as I have made it very clear that we are in this sort of corrective motion, okay, corrective pattern. So most likely we had approached that key level there because this trend line was respecting as well, and as it had given us the third bounce, for now this trend line for me is a confirmed trend line. Hi Ritesh, how are you? So that's it. But now if I take a closer look, I need to find some key levels which are acting as dynamics support slash resistance on this chart. So there we have 1.1212 level, which randomly is kind of like a structure level because we had this high, we had this low, we had this lower high, the lower low, the lower high. So this lower high holds a lot of weight to me because it has given us like the multiple touches at this level. So that level for me is a strong ass level there. So what I'm expecting is maybe most likely if Euro USD breaks this sort of structure which was previous lower high, uh, yep, uh, if Euro USD most likely breaks this lower high, which is the level where 1.1075 level, then most likely we are heading up till that level. And also that's like the strong level there. But we need to keep into consideration that if this descending trend line which is coming from the top is a valid one, then it has some more space to the upside as well. So I'll just take into consideration of this whole area there on EU, and I'll just have my line there. So most likely if Euro USD is breaking out this level, then we are coming down. But if on the uh, lower time frame, okay, so firstly what I expected is if daily closes above that 1.1075 level, then only we are going up. But now on the H4 there is something different. So we see that over here, okay, over here it's like a strong level of a resistance slash supply. So if if just based on like some trend lines and stuff, if it comes down, okay, rejects this level, again comes up and then breaks this structure, then we can have some more space to the downside. So till where? Till maybe the level where we had the original monthly trend line. So that's my expectation most likely, where we can still go. But as a daily closes above this resistance, so as I explained that we are moving up till there. So that's my expectation on Euro USD for now. But that's it. Like that's my expectation on EU, guys. A clean break, a clean daily break above this level may lead us up, or else if this trend line, okay, which is unconfirmed at the moment, if it confirms itself, then bounces from there and then breaks it, then no doubt we are going up, going down. So that can be very long term kind of like a target, but we can at least target this level, and maybe we can also target this low which we have there. So I hope it's clear. So the second pair which I would like to focus on is AU Aussie. So the same thing happening here as well. So from the weekly time frame, if I take a look at this pair, this this is like, this pair is kind of like it consolidates a lot, and based on the higher time frame as well, it is consolidating. So I don't want to force anything on there, but what I see is it had a support level there, but I will take into consideration of this wick, so that I make sure that everything is aligning up together and most of the key levels are marked out. But over here, if we take a look at the previous close, we see that it has closed too bullish and leaving some wicks below that level. So for that reason, I think that this is a rejection. So most likely it should go up. So there is my next level of resistance most likely. So also I can do one thing, that I can of course have this okay, I'll have a valid trend line, which of course firstly got rejected by prices. So I'll have this trend line on my charts, which is this TL, which starts from here from the weekly time frame and then comes down, and there. So there I have it. I'll just go on the daily time frame now to make sure that everything's perfectly aligning up. So there I have it, and if I adjust this level, there it is. So the support level which I have on my chart is no 0.6746. Oh, sorry, no 0.6746 level. So as we are sustaining above that level, what I expect on this is also maybe, nope, doesn't make sense. So what I'll have is I'll have some uh, levels there. So there is like a dynamic level of resistance on the daily time frame. So now I'll just come on the H4 time frame to expect something different. So okay, this internet thing, man, fucking up my mind. All right, so now in the last week what happened is we had that low, we had that high, we had that higher low, and then we have this higher high, which of course was a structure level previously, which was like a lower high previously. But now for me, AUD USD needs to break this previous structure levels so that we can continue higher. So this can be expected on AUD USD. So that's my analysis, very clean. Anything below it, I don't care what it does. I'm not interested in doing anything. So what I expect is a break above this level and then most likely a continuation to the upside. All right, so that's clear. AUD USD done. Then I'll take a look at GU. GU, man, like last week, GU did some phenomenal things because pound was too strong. Maybe some fundamentals as well. I really don't care. Um, let it load, man. Like I don't know what's happening today, but let it load. This shit. Okay. So a weekly time frame. So if we take a look over here on the weekly time frame, the first things. All right. The first thing which I see here is we had kind of rejected this level of support, which was pretty strong. So there I have it. That's my support level. We kind of rejected it and then went higher. The another thing which I can notice over here on this chart is we have this TL as well, which is looking pretty solid as well, because also, you know what, like it has approached the key level there, and also the trend line, which is like a strong confirmation always. And on the higher time frame, of course, it reacts on the lower time frame, so you can always have some trades based on higher time frame trend lines and stuff, and you can take those trade based on your lower time frame. So anyway, higher time frame key level equals lower time frame opposite momentum. Okay, so I'll just come on the daily time frame for now. Man, this internet is killing me today. Okay, okay, sir. So there I have it. I have drawn my trend line from this level there up. I don't know, it's not loading yet, but yep, there is my level where I have it. My trend line starts from there. Okay, the second touch I have over here, and like the third touch has approached like the key level which we previously had my resistance on. So precisely what I'll do is I'll just kind of like take into consideration of the trend line as well as the zone, whichever is the earliest. So here I have it. All right, so this is like the zone which I have for prices. So that's there. So that's my key level there. So now as we know that the structure is totally bullish, because last week what happened was we had this low. Okay, not last week, we're talking from August 15th. Okay, we had this low, we had this high, we had this manipulation there because the wick. Okay, the manipulation. So once again, see, we had this low, we had this manipulation over here. Okay, and then it went up, broke the previous structure, went up again. Okay, then what happened was we have this low, we have this high, we have this higher low, and then we had that higher high. So the bullish structure came into play. But for now, what we can expect is we need to have some levels for a retracement, because markets don't move in a single line. Okay, this is like, if this continues going up and up and up, it's kind of abnormal sometimes. Yeah, it happens, but not always. So you need to keep into consideration of that thing first. So now I'll just go on the H4, but before that I'll need to have some levels which I have to mark them out. And um, I need to understand like where exactly price can go till if it wants to retrace. So I have that level there. Okay, this is daily time frame. I have that level there, which is kind of looking solid to me, but I'll just come on the lower time frame and expect something else. But before that, also one more level I need to have is this. So this to me holds a lot of weight there. All right, so I'll just come on the H4 time frame for now. Okay, so I had my levels. This is not showing up. Fuck it. All right, so now there I have it. So seems that we are too bullish on this pair for now. If I count the overall pips from the bottom to the top, we moved 500 fucking pips in the last week. Not exactly the last week, but the overall impulsive phase started from the bottom till the top, which is exactly 500 pips. And if you count the last week's candles pip, we'll take a look at it as well. So last week started from here till there, so it's 500 pips for fuck's sake. So uh, H4, I'll just take a look at the H4 now. For now I need to have the levels marked out on this chart, so I understand that. See, first of all, if we have this much of impulse to the upside, we need to have some sort of retracement. Okay, so prices don't move like this. Okay, they need to have retracement for the further continuation to the upside. So there I have my retracements as well. So these are my levels which I had marked them from the like daily time frame. So what I also see on the H4 is previously we have something as well over there. So there I have it. Okay, there I have something marked out. I'll just come on the H1 time frame for now to make sure that what exactly is happening and what trade can come into play. So seems that we have kind of rejected that level. So now, see, what can most likely happen is if we take a look at some trend lines based on the daily, based on the H1 time frame, the market can do some manipulation at this level. Okay, watch out for this level because this level is a key level. Okay, this level is a very key level for prices. So I need to have it there. So that's my key level there on GU. So what it can do most likely is it can go up, create some sort of manipulation to the upside, and then reverse from there, and most likely go down till the levels which I have marked out. And if fortunate enough, we can also confluence that with the trend line which we have, because low and higher low as well, and then goes up again, then breaks this trend line, then most likely we are moving down till that next higher low level. So all right guys, I have made it very clear. So That's my sell analysis for GU. But you know what? This setup can be invalidated if we break above the level of resistance we have there. Okay, so a clean daily close above this level, the sell setup which I just spoke about is invalidated. But if a daily wick goes up, and if it closes below, okay, a candle closes below, then most likely we have some space to the downside. But a buy setup can come into play if we can reject this trend line, come most likely till the levels which we have there, and also maybe forms like inverse head and shoulder pattern, and then break of the neckline can leave us till the top side of the structure as well. So that's clear on GU for now. All right, I'll just take a look at the different pair. It's UJ USDJPY. So starting from the starting from the weekly time frame. So in my previous sessions, I have talked about USDJPY, that I have no doubt that it's moving up. So it is what happened. See, I'll just show the H4. I haven't erased anything, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Fuck this. Oh, okay, all right. So I think prices were over here. What I said is it kind of comes down, then we most likely have some space to the upside. So that's what happened there. Now it seems that we have rejecting, but you know what, like I don't like my analysis, so I'll just get rid of everything. I'll just analyze it once again from the higher time frame. So I need to make sure that the levels which I have marked are pretty solid. So line chart for now, because this is giving me headache, I'll just mark out the structure levels which I have there. All right, so resistance and support levels marked out, one more resistance level up there. Perfect. So I have made it very clear now. I'll just come on the daily time frame for now, so that I just make sure that everything which I have marked has some sort of clarity. So on average, this level looks pretty solid. This level looks pretty solid. So keep it as it is. So the next resistance level which I have there, I'll just adjust it at this point and stuff. Coming on the H4 time frame for now. H4, we see that. See, if you take a look over here, we have some sort of manipulation at this level, but you don't want to be selling exactly on the top. So marking out some key levels over here, what I see is we still have this level. Okay, we still have this level which kind of holds some weight. So um, coming on the H1, because this shit is just kind of like giving me headache for now. But okay, all right. So what I need to see is on UJ some sort of break, so that I make sure that we are coming down. So I have this confirmed trend line which I have there on the H1 time frame 1, 2, and 3. So um, if most likely we are coming down, rejects it, then we can still have some space till this level, and most likely this level as well. So it can drop down, but a clean break above the resistance, we are going higher. Okay, the long-term analysis which I have on UJ for like a swing kind of a trade, that it's moving higher, because based on the monthly time frame price action, we have most likely rejected some key levels. So we are moving up. All right, so first things first, USD CAD. So USD CAD, I still remember that I had some analysis that I was saying we have some more space to the downside, and we are dropping up. Sorry, dropping down, always drop down. So weekly time frame, nothing's clear. Weekly time frame, I still feel that we have some space to downside. So um, this can be the level where it can drop till. But um, for some trend lines, maybe this one seems that we have broken, so it doesn't make sense to draw it. Okay, daily time frame. Take ibuprofen. All right. Perfect. So daily time frame on UJ seems that UCAD. Fuck. Uh, it's too choppy at the moment, but also we can find that the last week was too bearish for the downside. So that was my analysis there, that most likely if we kind of like break and close below this level again, then most likely we are moving down. So there I have it. There I have some key levels there. So no doubt UCAD can drop still to the downside. So what it can do is it can just go up a little bit till this level, maybe for a retest or grabbing some liquidity and then dropping down. So also when this breaks, we have some more like downside targets. So that's my that's it on UCAD. So UCAD still some space to the downside, but there is some edge for structure there. So I won't be touching UCAD because it's too choppy for me. But just for directional purposes, what I think is we still have some space to the downside. And this was news on Friday. Yep. So that happened after the break and retest of this level, we drop down. So still think that we have some space to the downside if at this level sustains. So price sustains below this level, we are moving down. That's my anticipation on USDCAD. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So that's USDCAD. Let's take a look at USDCHF for now. Okay, USDCHF. USDCHF. So I don't want to go on the lower time frames on USDCHF. That's it on. Okay, I know how I make sure that perfect. So this was my anticipation that we are going up. So it was 4.63 in my analysis video. Anyway, the long term thing on USDCHF, what I want to speak is after this trend line and the structure gets broken, we have some space to the downside. So that's my anticipation on USDCHF, that if this structure gets broken, we are moving down. But before that, I don't want to fuck with it because nothing's clear for me. So I want to trade only only the pairs which are too clean for me and not everything. So for me, realistically, I have this level and I have this level as well. So it can drop down to these two levels. Hello, Sumer. How are you? Good. Yeah, kind of. Yep. All right. So yep. Anyway, USD that's my anticipation there. That most likely we are breaking this daily trend line, then we still have some space to the downside. That's that. GA, GA, and then we'll cover up GJ as well. So nothing's left. So yep, I had that anticipation, that analysis that we are most likely breaking this level, then rejecting this trend line, and then poop going up. But I want to clear everything out first of all, and then make it very fresh. Okay. Wait a minute, guys. Like I'll just firstly finish this overall uh, like analysis, which I have GA and GJ. Then we'll have some talk on IG. All right. So need to have the look at the higher time frames. Oh yeah, Ritesh, GJ was easiest, man. Down and up. All right. So there I have GA. So GA seems that we kind of have been approaching some key levels from the top, and also the rejection at this level was pretty solid. So there I have my two levels marked on GA for the weekly time frame. So what I have is we kind of rejected this level in the last week. So now we it seems that we are moving up. Okay, but what's next? Because we cannot buy at the top, at the very top. But uh, yeah, we'll have Ritesh on live, man. Okay, so for GA, what I need to see is uh, next time, dude. Taking my kids swimming around. Okay. All right. So GA, what I think is we still need to have some retracement and then expect something out of it, but the structure was very clean. It kind of forms like a retail HNS, inverse HNS, and then we broke that neckline and then went up. So I don't want to I don't want to force anything on this as well, but let's see if we sort of get some retracement down till this level. This level, I am expecting a retracement, but if I find one H1 opportunity to sell, I will be selling this. I'll be of course selling this GA if I find a opportunity on this. So what I can do is it's like the same as we had on GU. Okay, so for me, realistically, we still have some space to the downside because let's take a look at some Fibonacci, low to high. You see how it perfectly rejected minus 68, and then now what I can also do is I can have this previous structure, and like it's kind of aligning perfectly. The previous structure high, okay, is aligning perfectly with 61.8 and also aligning with this trend line if it comes down. So that's my anticipation there, that this trend line holds a lot of weight for me. I'll just keep this TL there. So yeah, GA is pretty clear. I want to see it dropping down, and then let's take a look what happens over here at this point. So for me, needs to give some indications over here to sell it. Minimum risk to reward ratio should be okay. Yep. Yeah, Ritesh, you're right. Just FY. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's GA there. What I need to see is a retracement down. Maybe it correctively moves down and then goes up again, then drops. Poop. Who knows? Price action will give a signal anyway. Last pair GJ. I want to analyze it from the weekly time frame. Last week was fireman for GJ. Last week was insane. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, on GJ, what I see is it rejected those lows which we had from there, which we had from this level. It rejected those lows, formed the higher low, and then formed the higher high. But now you know what, like it's approaching a key level there. So I don't want to force anything at the moment. I want to see a clear break above this level so that I expect GJ to go up. But anything at this level, I won't be interested. I need to see one clear break and retest of the daily time frame for me to call it a buy. But one more confidence I can have is this TL. So this looks kind of supporting as per the analysis. So I'll just come on the daily time frame for now. Hello Vivek. Hello Zishan. Hello Jay. All right. So it has approached like pound pound pairs have approached some key levels. Okay, some key levels there. So also there I have something 135.30. So this level was 135.80. So that's there. So I want to see a kind of retracement. I don't want to see it climbing straight up and then going up and up because it can reverse anytime. We need to have some retracement for the liquidation process. Yep, I'll go with gold as well. So I'll just come on the H4 time frame for now. We still have something like 5 minutes. All right. So what I see and think on GJ is, so anyway, like all the pound pairs are showing us the same thing again and again. So taking the confluence of overall pound pairs, it can be easy to trade one. So what I'll do is I'll not trade every pound pair. I'll just select the best one with the best risk to reward ratio, the best ADR as well, of course GN, but not touching GN at the moment. So yeah, the same shit like the trend line and stuff, but the structure level holds a lot of weight over here as well. So what I want to see is a manipulation above this level, break below, and then boom. This is what I expect on GJ. So that's it on GJ. That's what I expect on GJ. But yep, as I said, on each pound pair, that a daily close above these levels will my expectation on it will change, so I have to reanalyze it. Gold. Okay, XAU. Sorry, XAUUSD. Okay, guys. Okay, Ritesh. Bye. Peace. Yep. Gold. Gold. I'll start from the weekly time frame for now. Da, da, da. Okay. Okay. Nice. Gold is showing us some great opportunities at the moment. So, yep. Of course, we had that level there where I was like telling 1550.00 level. Yep, approximately that level. So what I think on gold is it's in a massive kind of a consolidation there, but nothing's clear on the weekly as well. I need to come on the daily for now. So I'll just come on the daily for now. So here I am on the daily time frame on gold, and what I see on gold is if we okay, so this is like a typical HNS formation on gold. This was like a fake out to grab some liquidity and then pull price higher for the like dropping in the original direction. But um, of course, we have this TL, which makes sense. Yep, that's it. That's like the TL on gold for now. So what I want to see on gold is if we have already broken some TL as well, I guess. Yep. Okay. This is something tricky at the moment. So I need to focus on structure if something's fooling me. Yep, this is like the structure level. This is one of the structure level as well, which is kind of strong. Yep, which is kind of strong. So as price sustains below this level and below this trend line, what I expect is if prices break below this level once again, okay, comes down, retests it, and then we have some more space to the downside. But yeah, this is the level which we have there on gold. So this can be the expectation on gold that we are coming to this level of like the SNR levels. Okay, so H4. Let's see what's happening on the H4. H4, H4, H4. So seems that we have rejected this level, but I want to see a close below again and then some sort of like a corrective pattern there to confirm it for sells. And yeah, of course we have some levels there which we can look out for sells, but at the moment what I prefer is staying out from gold because the structure for me isn't clear. There is H4 structure there as well which it can come back to, and also after the break of that structure level we have some space to the downside. um yeah, gold to 1440. uh maybe we can't see anything until and unless this structure level gets taken out. All right guys, like that's the analysis we have. So any questions, drop them down. Okay.